Russia is building a giant robot army. The Russian army is establishing its first armed military units, including lethal robotic tanks. The remotely piloted tank, known as Uran-9, can be outfitted with 30mm automatic gun turrets, grenade launchers, and anti-tank missiles. Are we heading towards a future in which automated weapon systems will battle it out on the battlefield? Hello tech nerds, welcome back to AI Future Life, a versatile YouTube channel where we bring the latest updates on stock, science, finance, artificial intelligence, and many more important things. Before we proceed to our topic, subscribe to our channel and keep following us by clicking the bell icon. In today's video, we'll go over some critical aspects of Putin's conflict with Ukraine that you should be aware of. So let's begin. Russia is in the process of building an army that will utilize the intelligence of robots, potentially increasing its military power. What is the Russian military building? What is Uran-9? And how much destruction can it cause? Keep watching the video to find out. Now let's begin. Introduction. In the future, the Uran-9 tanks will be joined by a slew of other closely comparable robots doing various tasks. We anticipate continuing extending the variety of robots, which are of course already in demand in the military today. Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu said last week, according to Express, these will be hefty robots for mine clearing, as well as everything linked to the advancement of scouts, radiation, and chemical reconnaissance robots. The deployment of the Uran-9 robots in Syria in early 2018 was far from seamless, as the national interest noted. According to officials, the tanks failed not to meet the requisite requirements in numerous combat actions. The media reported faults with the vehicle's suspension and even unstable operation of the 30mm automatic weapon. The United States military, for example, has long used unmanned aircraft systems. In September, Russia and Belarus conducted the large-scale Zapad 2021 drills, which displayed strategic and tactical innovations. It first presented the general audience to the BM-19 infantry vehicles with Epoch combat module and the endearingly called but lethal Lastochka, Swallow military drone. The aircraft and ground-based robotic systems, on the other hand, created on the strongest impression at Zapad 2021. During the significant portion of the exercises, 3 types of aircraft, 4 posts, Lastochka and Inohodets, and 2 battle robots, Uran-9 and Nerekhta, assaulted a fictitious adversary. Platform M robots armed with machine guns and rocket launchers also appeared on other days. The Zapad 2021 drills were the first time ground robots were used in the same formation as humans. Uncrewed Uran-9s and Nerekhtas attacked and destroyed numerous objectives in coordination with motorized rifle groups. The larger and heavier Urans targeted enemy armored vehicles with guided missiles. The robots also supplied cover fire for human moves on the training battlefield. The Uran-9 is Russia's largest robot at the moment. It is a medium-class complex with a distinctive jug-eared look due to the launchers situated on the sides. The combat vehicle is outfitted with a 30mm automatic cannon, anti-tank guided missiles, and flamethrowers from Shmel. It may weigh up to 12 tons, slightly less than the BMP-2. In the future, the weapons-carrying ground robots will be joined by the heavy Sturm and standard-size Soratnik systems, marker robots, and maybe the Armata uncrewed tank. The Zapad 2021 exercises, according to Denis Fedutinov, a Russian expert in the subject of pilotless aircraft, were significant for their broad usage of numerous uncrewed and robotic devices, some of which have been deployed for the first time. Robot divisions. Russia is also attempting to improve the automation of traditional human-operated weaponry and equipment. The Su-57 fighter plane's onboard AI, or so-called virtual pilot, enables it to complete most missions without a person in the cockpit. Even traditional towed howitzers will be computerized and remotely operated by installing communications machines and electronic motors on the levers, previously used by human soldiers. In comparison, the US Army now employs developed crewless aerial vehicles, UAVs, but there is a deficit in uncrewed ground vehicles. The US military had recently introduced the Future Combat Systems program, which aimed to produce a robotic assault vehicle weighing up to 10 tons and armed in the same way as the Russian Uran, with a 25mm cannon machine gun guided anti-tank missiles. However, the project was cancelled. Currently, ground forces in the United States rely solely on mini-robots armed with assault rifles weighing no over 45 kilograms. Additional equipment. Along with robotization, the Russian military is working on a unified reconnaissance and strike system, similar to the network-centric operations program in the United States. Both approaches envision combining all battle-active equipment, planes and helicopters in the air, combat vehicles, soldiers, drones and robots on the ground, or satellite devices in space, into a single communications system. Furthermore, this data sharing must occur in real time to achieve information supremacy over the enemy. Particular data transmission and processing technologies are already in places, such as tanks, howitzers, and attack planes, connecting military aerial drones and combat robots to a single information environment through increasing AI application will most likely be a future stage of this initiative. A full overview of the current scenario. Russia has developed a new robotic fighting unit comprised of Uran-9 driverless vehicles, tested in Syria with mixed results. It is also working on an unmanned version of the T-14 Armata tank, the Cold War T-72 and BMP-3, and super-long drones called Okhotnik and Altius. However, Russia's pursuit of war robots confronts most of the same technical and policy challenges as the US, according to CNA and CNAS professor Samuel Bendet. And Vladimir Putin is working with a considerably smaller budget. Russia isn't making meaningless Potemkin robots for propaganda reasons, but they're also not making the Terminator. Bennett informed me in an interview that the US and Russian military robotics programs are similar in many aspects. Both have lofty goals for highly autonomous killing machines. Both are frustrated by the limitations of current unmanned systems, which require ongoing human supervision. And both are concerned that future AI may undermine human control. Russian MOD statements indicate a US-style system, with a person in the loop making the ultimate strike decision. According to the MOD, a robotic machine should never be entirely autonomous because it will not be able to recreate a human soldier's whole decision-making experience and hence cannot equal actual human intellect. Simultaneously, official talks, declarations, and deliberations from the MOD and its linked intuitions indicate an increasing role for military automation in future conflict, and the almost inevitable complete independence for these machines. In Russia, there are several initiatives where the goal is to get the robotic system to navigate to the target on its own and wait for the final human approval to strike. The latest generation of heavy killer drones, including Okhotnik and Altius, is said to include onboard AI for target selection, identification, and even destruction, as well as the capacity to design a course to and from the target. What else is to know? Right now, Russian capability may be more talk than actuality. For example, the Uran-9 mini-tank is frequently portrayed as capable of independently navigating to and destroying a human-designated target. Uran-9 battle experience in Syria also revealed that it was poorly armored and logistically burdensome. Despite the emphasis on autonomy, all Russian autonomous ground robots and drones today are constantly supervised by humans, aside from actual crewless vehicles. Russia is also testing with AI decision-making systems for abilities like electronic warfare and missile defense, which require lightning-fast reactions. Human control, however, is vital even here. We know that Russia is attempting to deploy AI in early warning radars and radar systems designed exactly for nuclear warning. However, given Russian concerns that an AI system might launch weapons on its own after studying dry data, the human is the important decision-maker in such scenarios. There was an exercise in Crimea in which such an AI system took data from radars, aircraft and ground-based anti-aircraft systems, an exercise in which AI pulled and analyzed data from Russia's long-range radars as well as radar at S-300 and S-400 systems all across the country, and a practice in the Caspian Sea in which data was pulled from ship-based and other assets. This information could coalesce at the National Defense Management Center, NDMC, which launched in 2014, and is entrusted with supervising all data and information concerning Russian military operations at home and abroad. NDMC declared last year that it will use AI for decision-making, but that humans would retain complete authority over final decisions. Kalashnikov Concern, the robot manufacturer, asserts that it has been able to straighten over some of these flaws since 2018. However, the company's general director, Vladimir Dmitriev, admitted that shortcomings were detected during the tests in Syria. The rise of uncrewed combat vehicles creates a slew of ethical difficulties, and Russia isn't the only country to make use of them. That's a wrap for this video on the most shocking news for anyone who supports Ukraine in its fight against Russia, who could have global ramifications. Leave a like and subscribe for new updates about our videos. Share this video and educate everyone on Russia's military developments. What is your opinion on using robotics to build the army? Let us know in the comment section below. Stay safe, stay aware, we'll see you in the next one.